IPMNation.com.
This is Matt Blanchett with Paper Monsters, and you're listening to Local Outbreak.
Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet. This is Matt from IPM Nation. We are here at the studio. By the time you hear this show, when it airs, the studio will have moved. So I won't give you the address where we're recording this, but I can tell you we're at the studio. Melissa, what's the new address?
598 Main Street.
598 Main Street in Laconia is the new address. So go there. But we're at the studio, and of course, you can check it out online, thestudionh.com, a funky little gift shop and art gallery. And been for a little over 2 years now, we've been doing the show from here. Melissa has allowed us to do the show here. Very grateful for that. We're also sponsored by Central NH Events. If you need a DJ for your event, you can go to centralnhevents.com. And also, of course, Tweak Sound and Mastering, tweaksound.com if you need some recording done. And don't forget Sonic Wallpaper, Ryan LeMay doing some great things locally to help people get music lessons who might not otherwise have access to them. And of course, the last Saturday of every month, we are at Inspire Music in Franklin, New Hampshire, for a special musical event there. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who's planned yet for the next one, but Zach DeFosse doing a great job there. And our guest tonight, sort of a return guest, but not really, because he's been on the show. His music has been on the show, but he has not been on the show before. We have Matt Blanchett here. How are you, sir?
I'm excellent. How about yourself, Matt?
Good. You were on the show because you were in the band Call My Name.
Yeah, I was in a band. I booked this, and last minute I had a work thing come up, and I had to miss it.
So you were the one who actually booked the appearance, and then you weren't able to be here. Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah, I was pretty upset.
Yeah. So what happened? Well, actually, we'll get into what happened later. But so you've got a new project, Paper Monsters.
Yes.
And is this a solo thing, or is it a new band, or?
It's kind of both.
Okay.
I started writing when I was in Call My Name, and I just wanted to do some acoustic stuff on the side because it was fun. And eventually I decided I wanted to record some of the tracks, and then eventually one day I was just playing drums, and I'd play drums over these tracks, and decided, these would be kind of cool if they were just these full produced acoustic tracks with, and with all the instrumentation. And I decided I just kind of wanted to do that. And once I dove into that and demoed all the songs and got into the studio, I decided I wanted it to be a full-time thing because I really enjoyed where it was going. Yeah.
So you've got a couple studio tracks that you brought tonight, and you're going to play for us live.
Yes.
So excited about that.
I'm pumped.
What do you want to play for the first segment here? What do you want to do?
So I guess we'll start off. We just released a music video for our first single called Riddles. Mm-hmm. And I guess that'll be the first track we should play.
All right, cool. All right, so this is Riddles from Matt's new project, Paper Monsters, here on Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet.
Monsters with riddles, it won't stop chasing me. I dream the craziest. I dream, I laugh with the stars. They're shiny and hopeful, but still they're just so far. I dream that I'm in love with the stars. I don't need money, I don't need cash. I think it's about time that we get away from here. You are the one that brings lightning in the summer. You asking me, my boy, are you afraid of me? And I dream that I laugh with the stars. They're shiny and hopeful, but they're just so far. 'Cause I'm dreaming, yes I'm dreaming with all my heart. You are the one that brings lightning in the summer. You are the one that brings the fire and rain. You are the one that brings lightning in the summer. She makes me feel like I'm whole again. Monsters with riddles that won't stop chasing me. Monsters with riddles that won't stop chasing. I don't need money, I don't need cash. Flash me those pretty eyes and I'm going fast. I think it's about time that we get away from here, my dear. You are the one that brings lightning in the summer. You are the one that brings fire and rain. You are the one that brings lightning in the summer. She makes me feel like I'm whole again.
IPMNation.com.
Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet. This is Matt Connarton from IPM Nation, and we're sitting here with Matt Blanchette from Paper Monsters, his new project. And that track we played, Riddles. So what you had sent me initially was a link to a video, which is up on YouTube, which is really cool. I really dig the video, and it's professional. It's not. It's not something recorded with a phone. It's a real video. Tell us about that.
Well, when I was really excited with how this project came out. I went and recorded at Project 2 Studios in Manchester. I worked with Connor Hayes, who produced most of the album, and I loved how he did it. I loved how it came out. He mixed it really fantastic. And once I heard the final product, I said, I can't cut corners on this. I got to do right by it. So, I had a bunch of ideas with the theme of the band and the lyrics and everything, and I approached the director and I set something up. But at last minute, he had to bail out for a family issue, and I actually contacted this girl, Alexa, of this band, Love Robot, or her new band is Hear Sound. And she's this really nice girl out of New York. She does fantastic work. She toured with a band called Paris. It's spelled Pvris.
Okay, yep.
So she toured with them. I loved what she did with them, and I loved her style, So I hit her up on a whim. I said, I probably can afford you. I probably can't. You probably don't have the time, but this is my idea. This is my track. I would love if you could work with me on this. And she said, you're actually in luck. I'm in between stuff right now. I got some time. Cruise is coming up, so this is a great time. And so she came down to New Hampshire, and we filmed that video. It was a lot of work, getting everything together, but I'm really stoked with how it came out.
Yeah, it's very cool. The shoot itself, was that all day? Did that take all day?
It was a 2-day shoot. Yeah,
wow,
so
okay.
we did the video's kind of 2 parts. That's all cut in the whole time.
Yeah.
It's half of it is outside. We filmed it at Clough State Park in Ware.
Yep. Yep.
And that's when everyone's walking around with masks, and the monsters are walking around the woods by the dam. And then the other half of the shoot, we filmed actually at Project 2 Studios, and that's where all the performance part of the video was shot. We lit a nice room that they had and set up the drums and guitars and everything and film that.
Yeah. Clough State Park. My mom used to take me there when I was a kid.
I love that place. I live really close by, so I go all the time.
Yeah.
It was just natural. I was like, I need a cool wooded area.
Yeah.
This is perfect.
So so the album obviously isn't out yet, but do you know, is it a full length? Is it an EP?
It's a 6-track EP.
Okay.
Yep.
And what I'm always curious to ask people what went into that decision to do an EP, because some guests come in, they have an EP, some have a full album, some just release singles, and the music industry is such now in this internet age that we live in, where you really have a lot of flexibility in terms of how you want to approach releasing something.
Absolutely. Well, with this project, when I started it myself and I wrote everything myself, I wanted to write everything in a bubble, and I wanted to write the parts as such that there weren't big electric guitars everywhere just because some guy's holding an electric guitar. I wanted to write parts that the song needed, that could disappear and come back, and I didn't have to want to worry about somebody being bored on stage or something. Now I have to worry about that because now I have a band, and we're going to start playing this stuff live, and it's going to be really killer.
Cool.
But at that time, that was my thought process. So part of the reason I did an EP, part of it is money. It's hard to do a full length. It is a lot of money, and the other thing is especially doing it all on your own. It is a big endeavor. Mm-hmm. It's the amount of work that goes into the pre-production and demoing and just rehearsing all of the parts just to be really nice and tight in the studio.
Oh yeah.
I was in the studio for just shy of a month, and I work a full time. So at 5 o'clock, I'd leave work, go to the studio till midnight, go home, sleep, go to work. And I did that for like 3.5 weeks with Connor, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, cool. And yeah, I feel like I've heard his name before. I think his name has come up before on the show. So he's in Manchester. It's 2A Studios, you said?
A Project 2 Studios.
Project 2 Studios.
Yep,
okay.
they're right behind Murphy's, right next to Market Basket.
Oh,
they're
okay.
great. They do lots of professional videos.
Are they in that mill building there? That's on the corner.
It's Manchester Mills. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
They're in there.
Yeah.
They've done great work. They have a wonderful team, a beautiful studio, really nice room. So you walk in the room, you can tell it's going to sound good.
Yeah.
And they do a lot of video stuff. They have a lot of experience doing that.
Huh.
And so I'd recommend them for videos as well.
Yeah.
They were busy when I did mine, so I couldn't do mine. So.
How long have they been there? Do you know? Have they been there a while?
They've been there a long time. They used to be, I think, Brickyard Studios is what it used to be called. And I don't remember who was working there before. I know a lot of people I know had worked there and had done stuff there.
Yeah.
I think Connor took it over at one point and he started Project 2.
Do you know who else, off the top of your head, who else has recorded there? So like I said, it's just the name is familiar to me. I'm thinking
there's a band called Castor that recorded there. I think they might have been on your show, too.
They have been on the show, and they're coming back in a couple weeks.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm friends with those guys. I just saw them live a couple weeks ago. They're always great.
Yeah.
I love hanging out with those guys. And I know, and actually, when I was looking for studios, I heard that they were going to Project 2, and I hit them up, and I said, well, how is it? How has it been so far? They said nothing but good things about Project 2 and Connor and the whole staff there, so I was really happy.
Yeah. So what happened to Call My Name? I'm always looking for the dirt, Matt. I'm not going to lie.
It was kind of nothing really is what happened. And that's the unfortunate thing. We were in the studio. We actually are still going to release an EP that we've been working on.
Oh, really?
It's been forever, yeah.
Oh, so it's not really over then?
It's not over.
Good.
No, I'd say it was kind of more on me though. Before Paper Monsters, I was working a lot. I was on the road a ton for work. And it just got really hard to keep driving up to the seacoast. They're all in Portsmouth or Rochester.
Yeah.
And it was hard to keep doing that. And with the work that I was doing, I couldn't keep doing it. So we just toned it down. And we went in the studio. We still wanted to do an EP, so we got a 4-track coming out at some point.
Cool.
It's being mixed right now.
Oh.
So we're hoping to release some details on that. And we'll still play shows here and there.
Oh, good. Okay.
I know my guitarist and my drummer just had kids. So they're kind of hunkering down and doing that. But they still have their other band. They still have a new band called Avenue.
Oh, really? Okay.
Which is cool. And I'm actually going to check them out in a few weeks. They're going to play at Fury's in Dover. So I intend on going to that and checking them out because they're good friends of mine.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, I forget what the name of it is. We still have a track, a Call My Name track in rotation on IPM Nation. Yeah, I don't remember what song it is, but I hear it once in a while.
That's cool.
Monitoring the station. Yeah.
What's that rotation like? When you guys have that going?
It probably plays once or twice a day.
What? Nice. That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. We're actually adding a lot of local music.
That's good to hear.
To the rotation. So
there's always local guys looking to put out music, and I got all sorts of friends that I'd love. Have you ever? Do you have For the Future here before?
Yes. We did their big video premiere online.
That's right.
They released it through us, yeah.
Fun fact, that room that they did their video for is the same room I did mine in.
Oh, really? No kidding.
Yeah, it was at Project 2.
I'll be damned.
It was that big room with the wooden floors, right, and the windows in the back.
Oh, okay.
And
well, that also helps to explain why I've heard that name recently, Project 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I didn't even know that when I filmed my video.
Yeah.
They released theirs like a couple weeks after I filmed mine. I was like, this place looks really familiar, man. It was pretty cool. It's a great space. I would definitely you can do all sorts of stuff there.
Yeah. Well, for the future, they have kind of a special place in the history of Local Outbreak because, that band kind of grew out of, oh, wow, now I'm blanking on the name. What the hell was because two of the guys were in, or three of the guys were in, well, I forget the name of the band now. Oh, my God. But whatever band they were before For the Future when they were playing with Jonas.
Oh, yeah, Jonas.
Yeah,
Still talk to Jonas.
Yeah.
I love that band. We used to play at the Shaskeen all the time.
What was the band?
Oh, you know what? I'm blanking too. It's contagious.
It's so strange, yeah.
That's a good sign. It means we're focusing on For the Future.
Yeah, that's true. But anyway, whatever.
There are CDs in my car. I can't believe that I can't remember their name at this very moment. I played like 5 shows with them.
It's so weird.
It's always a blast.
I feel like I have a concussion and I've had memory loss or something. How is it that I can't remember the name? But anyway, that band was partially responsible for the beginnings of Local Outbreak.
Well, they were from this area, right? Laconia?
Yes.
Yeah,
because it was like Jonas and like the theme music that you hear at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
That was them. Like they recorded that theme music, and we still use it to this day. And wow, it's weird that I can't. It'll come to one of us.
It's like a minute after you press the start. It's right before we stop recording.
Right.
Also,
that's so strange, but no, those guys are great. Well, let's play another track. What do you want to do? You want to play live or play?
We're going to play a track that not a lot of people have heard. It's called Lips, and right now the only way anyone's heard is if you go to our website, which is papermonstersofficial.com.
Yeah.
You sign up for our email list, you get an immediate stream and download of the track.
Oh, cool.
So that's just kind of a pre-release thing we did to just try to drive people to our mailing list. Because we're, we really miss the 90s.
Yeah.
So trying to get the emails out.
That's awesome. So this is a world radio premiere.
Yes, it is. It is a world radio premiere.
We like the world premieres around here, so great.
The world premiere.
So it's called
Paper
Lips?
Monsters. Lips.
All right, Lips from Paper Monsters here on Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet.
Make a sound, I'm bleeding out. It's not your heart to borrow. You knew what it would take to be my wife. You know what matters tomorrow. I see you reading into this. Oh, this kiss. Yeah, baby, I'll follow you. Oh, you're a princess that says let's not wait one more minute tonight. It's what you wear, the smell of your hair. It's just not fair. I love the way her lips take mine. They've got the taste of slowing time. I don't see why this can't go on forever. Don't you know? Takes to be a sinner or a saint, but do I see what you have given me? What you have given me? And I know you're such a sight. You know just how to fight. I know just what you like, and you know that I just taste take mine. They've got the taste of slowing time. I don't see why this can't go on forever. Don't you know? You taste so good, I can't just let you walk by. Now I see you've come alive. I don't know if this can go on forever. Go on forever. Go on forever.
IPMNation.com.
Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet. This is Matt from IPM Nation, sitting here with Matt Blanchett, talking about his new project, Paper Tigers, Paper Monsters. And I'm distracted because, of course, during the break, we remembered East is East was the name of the band.
East is East, yeah. I've seen so many flyers with their name on it, and I call my name and shared the stage with them so many times. I cannot believe I just forgot their name.
Yeah, we both did. It's really, really odd. No, but like you said, it means, we're focused on
sorry,
new
Abe.
band for the future. Yes.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Well, I'm more sorry to Jonas, really, because he's not in for the future. So
that's true.
He'll be the most sorry when he hears this.
Sorry, Jonas.
His feelings will be the most hurt.
I'll buy you a beer.
There you go. Yeah, Local Outbreak originally started with him and Mike Laughlin. Those guys are coming in too. Mantra.
Oh yeah,
they're doing a reunion.
That's cool.
Which
I didn't
they
know
do
that
every year. Yeah. So that's really cool too. So tell me about the new band that you've assembled for. Are any of the guys from Call My Name in the new band? Or
no? I got guys more local to my area.
Okay.
I have my drummer is Josh Dunn. He's a wonderfully talented drummer. He actually toured with Paris for a little bit, and my guitarist is Chris Kinney. He used to be in the Press War. Yeah.
We've had them on the show. Yes.
Dig the Press War.
Yep.
Dig Anthony.
Is Press War all done?
No, they're still going.
Okay.
And they're great. They put out an EP not that long ago, and it's really good. I saw them live with Castor a couple weeks ago.
Okay. Oh, good.
Still kicking it.
Good.
And so Chris is a Berkeley graduate, and he's still working there. He's a fantastic guitarist. So I'm really happy to have him on board.
Yeah.
And my bassist is Ryan Bulkey. He was touring with Anchor Lines.
Anchor Lines.
Yeah.
I think we had them on the show.
You might have. They're like this metalcore band. They're not together anymore, but they did pretty well for a while. Luke Diamond was on that. I think he came.
Yes. Okay, yes.
He came and did some acoustic stuff with you, right?
We had Luke in with Anchor Lines and then doing the solo thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
okay.
He's out in L.A. now.
Is he? Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him. Well, I know that song "Birthday" did really well for him.
I like that song.
Yeah.
Definitely go to his. I don't remember the URL of his site, LukeDiamondMusic.com or something like that. But he's got a handful of tracks up there, and they're really good.
Yeah.
And tell him that's really good because it is.
Anchor Lines was great too. That was.
Yeah.
I remember telling Luke that was a bummer that ended because like that track. I don't know if you remember any of their songs.
Reset was a good one.
Stay Down was the one that we had put in rotation on IPM Nation because the first time I heard that I was just amazed.
They were great. Fun small world thing. Before Luke was in Anchor Lines, back when and I don't know the name, but they had a girl guitarist way back in the day. This is like 2010, I want to say.
Yeah.
They were looking for a guitarist, and I started talking to them about joining Anchor Lines, and I ultimately decided not to because I had been in metal bands before, and I didn't really want to do another metal band.
Yeah.
But I considered going and auditioning for Anchor Lines, and then when I found out Luke got in, I was like pretty stoked.
Yeah,
Luke's a cool guy.
Yeah. So with the new project, what's kind of your long-term plan? I mean, do you plan to go on tour or what do you?
Everyone hopes to.
Yeah.
That's certainly the goal. I kind of want to, do what I can. I want to push this as hard as I can.
Yeah.
I've got this 6-track EP that we're planning a release show for now.
Cool.
So in the next month or two, we'll be dropping that. I have a couple tracks. In January, I flew to San Diego to record.
Oh.
My buddy Brendan is out there, and he works at a studio, so I got some time there. Really excited to show those tracks, and I'm still writing and planning the next step and new videos and So at some point, I hope to trade the Jetta for a van and see, but, one step at a time.
Yeah. So you mentioned you had played in metal bands in the past?
Yeah, I was in this band, A Familiar Terror, in 2007 and 8. That was a long time ago.
Did you guys play out much? Or?
We did a lot.
Because I feel like I remember that name.
It was all like, then it was a lot of like VFW halls and American Legions, and we played Rocco's when that was a place.
Oh, yeah.
We played there a lot. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Okay, I was going to say, that sounds familiar. Any others? Or
Nope. Familiar Terror, and then I took a break for a while. I went to school, and then I did Call My Name for 3 or 4 years, and now I'm doing Paper Monsters.
Yeah. So how do you describe, everyone always hates this question, but how do you describe Paper Monsters?
You're totally right. Everyone hates this question. I've always hated this question. It's like a modern alternative kind of, it's got like rock and kind of country, folky, Americana influences.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it in terms of a genre, but I know when I'm writing, I like to take an underlying like melodic acoustic track, and then I build. I usually start with like building. I like to build these big modern drums, and then I texture it all in with some electronics here and there, and electric guitars here and there, and so I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of a whole range of artists. I love honestly Lydia, Demi Lovato.
Really? Yeah,
Fallout Boy.
Yeah.
But I also stay true. I like to pull in a lot of like my background of heavier music, and which is just, I could go on all day about heavy music. That's the fun part. And I haven't been singing that long, only a few years. I started singing with Call My Name. So this has been a fun thing to kind of find a new voice.
Oh, cool.
With a new genre.
Are you self-taught vocally?
Yeah.
Good for you.
I took like 2 lessons. And, I didn't commit to them like I should have. But I know they taught me how to breathe, and I was like, good, I'll practice that. I'll see you guys.
Yeah. No, that's good. I'm always envious of people who kind of come to that naturally. I probably went through 3 different vocal teachers myself when I was younger, and I'm a good harmony singer, but I still can't sing. Like, if I try to sing on my own, I get lost.
I know exactly what you mean, too. With Call My Name was fun, and I learned how to sing with them, and I had a lot of fun with them. But when I was at Project 2, that's the thing when you go to a nice studio and you work with a producer that you really click with. He helped me find a voice that I didn't know I really had, or a sound, a texture. You know? And that's been really fun to learn and explore after that. And I think I just found a place that I sit much more comfortably.
When you first went there, did you go in there with the intention that he was going to produce, or because I know sometimes the engineer becomes a de facto producer in certain situations?
Well, he was definitely the producer. He engineered most of it. Matty Labonte did a bit of the engineering, and he had actually a pretty good hand in the production as well. He's got a great mind for a lot of different things. But I did most of it with Connor. I wanted him to produce it. That's kind of one of those things. All these artists that I really respect, I try to dig deep and see what's behind that. And I always find there's some good producer, just someone that you trust, that you can say, well, what do you think of this or this? And it's those tiny, minute differences when you're singing and how you sing and how you play, where you can show them things and they can tell you, you can do better. And that they just sit behind you and say, do it better. Or in Connor's case, him and Ben over at Project 2 were just sitting behind the window, just like, sexier. Be sexier, Matt. You can do it. And it was like 3 a.m. I was like, I don't know how to be any sexier than this.
Is it more challenging than recording with a band like Call My Name because it's kind of all on you, or is it easier in some ways? Or
yes and no. It's both. It's definitely more challenging. There's a lot more work involved. There's a lot more legwork into it, and I try to be prepared in the studio. So it's months of demoing and writing, and sometimes it's tough to write when it's just you. So I had to get decent in GarageBand is what I was using. Yeah, and just put on loops, and that's how I would write. Yeah. And I love the collaborating, and I love that aspect of it. But I wanted to write this in a bubble for that reason, that I didn't have to have someone that would have a vested interest in it. Right. I could write it, and that's why I wanted to work with Connor as a producer, because we both have a vested interest just to make the song great. Right. We didn't care if the guitar part was boring or if you didn't have anything to do here or anything like that. Right. So I found it, though a lot more work, it was very rewarding.
Yeah. Is it just you on everything? Do you play everything?
Yeah, so far.
Wow. I'm always jealous of guys like you who can play multiple instruments. That's always impressive to me.
I play a killer tambourine.
Do you?
Yeah. I had to learn how to play the tambourine and the egg shaker when we're in the studio. It's harder than it looks.
See, I just play bass, and that's all I can do. And the reason I ended up as a bass player is because I started out on guitar when I was a teenager, and then I picked up a bass, and I was like, oh, 2 less strings, and I don't have to know any chords. And then
This is so much better.
Yeah, and then I was a bass player. But no, that's great. Good for you. Yeah, so that I would think that would be a lot of pressure, but also too, like you were saying, you don't have to worry about making anyone else happy in terms of what they're contributing if it's all you. That's awesome. Yeah.
It was like a challenge when it started. When I first decided, I'm just going to do everything. Why not? Because at that point, I didn't think it would be a project that I would do full time, So I just put out some music and play it and see what would happen. So it was definitely very rewarding. It was a nice challenge to see, well, what is this going to sound like if it's just me?
Right.
But you can't, drive yourself crazy. So that's why you need your producer and a good set of friends that you can send demos to, and they'll be able to honestly say that this is not good, man.
Did you do a lot of that? Like sending
a lot
demos
of that
to people? Yeah.
Yeah, well, just a handful of people,
Yeah,
just a couple close friends that I had, and they were like, oh, this is good. This is a good idea. I like where you're going, but this is not. And then when I got to Project 2, the pre-production process was heartbreaking and fun.
Yeah.
Because like some of the songs I came to, I'm like, this is like 90% of the song. It's written and demoed, but I'm not happy with it as it is.
Yeah.
Help me with it. Let's figure out what we need to do. And Connor was amazing at that. We took the songs, we chopped this up, like, all right, this verse can be, if you cut this in half, it's going to flow much better. If you rearrange this, we rewrite this drum part, these lyrics or that, and, you just kind of mold it. You get like 90% there, and it's all those details and those little alterations once you do the pre-production. So once you start recording, hit record, I'm not playing that verse anymore the same way.
Right.
Instead of just trying to figure it out on the fly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good and that's valuable because a lot of people go into the studio and don't do pre-production.
It made a world of difference.
Yeah, it saves money, right? If you're
it does
because
too.
Then you're prepared.
Yep. Exactly. We spent like 2 nights doing pre-production, just cutting songs up, and that probably saved us a lot of time.
Yeah.
And honestly, just came out better because of it. Just being prepared.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, all right, so we played the 2 studio tracks. So you want to play something live for us?
Yeah, I'll play something live. I'm going to play, let's see. I already forgot what song I was going to play. I told you this was not going to happen.
Right.
And it definitely is going to happen. I'm going to play 2 songs. One of them is going to be a kind of different acoustic version of Riddles. So let's start with that.
Okay, cool. All right, so this is Matt's acoustic version of Riddles, Paper Monsters, and the song Riddles live here in the studio on Local Outbreak.
I dream the craziest scene, monsters with riddles who won't stop chasing me. I dream the craziest scene. I dream I laugh with the stars. They're shiny and hopeful, but still they're just so far. I dream that I laugh with the stars. I don't need money, I don't need cash. Flash me those pretty eyes, I'm going fast. Think it's about time that we get away from here, my dear. You are the one that brings lightning in the summer. You are the one that brings fire and rain. You are the one that brings lightning in the summer. She makes me feel like I'm whole again. the scenes, nightmares with witches that won't stop asking me, why, boy, are you afraid of me? Did I dream that I laugh with the stars? They're shiny and hopeful, but they're just so far. 'Cause I'm dreaming, yes, I'm dreaming with all my heart. You are the one that brings lightning in the summer. You are the one that brings fire and rain. You are the one that brings lightning in the summer. She makes me feel like I'm whole again. Da-da-da-da-da. Monsters with riddles won't stop chasing me. La-da-da-da-da. Monsters with riddles that won't stop chasing. I don't need money, I don't need cash. Flash me those pretty eyes, I'm going fast. I think it's about time that we get away from here, my dear. You are the one that brings lightning in the summer. You are the one that brings fire and rain. You are the one that brings lightning in the summer. She makes me feel like I'm whole again.
IPMNation.com.
Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet. This is Matt Connarton from IPM Nation. We're here at the studio at, what's the new address, Melissa?
598 Main Street.
598 Main Street in Laconia. I need to commit that to memory. The new location. Because we're actually recording this at the old location. Don't tell anybody.
When this airs, it'll have moved like magic.
Yes, exactly. And we've been chatting tonight with Matt Blanchett of Paper Monsters, his new project. And if you want to hear, by the way, the original interview, and unfortunately Matt wasn't able to make it that night, but the original interview with Call My Name, of course, we do archive all the shows at ipmnation.com/local outbreak. Right on that page, you will hear all the shows that we've done the past 2.5 years here at the studio. And then if you click the archives link, you can listen to everything all the way back to the beginning of the show. Episode 1, believe it or not, because we've been doing this for 6 years now. Wow. Gone in the blink of an eye.
Wow.
Yeah. But so, Matt, what should people know in terms of where to go online to keep up with everything you're doing?
So the easiest thing to remember is our website. It's papermonstersofficial.com.
Okay.
And I try to keep that consistent. So you can go to Instagram.com/papermonstersofficial, Facebook.com/papermonstersofficial, and a bunch of others, except for Twitter. That one was taken, I think,
really?
It was too long, I think. So I had
probably.
to do Us Paper Monsters is the Twitter handle.
Okay.
So find us on there. We're having fun on all the social media. It's an interesting endeavor when you first start out growing all those accounts.
Yeah. And any kind of an ETA on the EP?
I'm not 100% sure. In the next couple months is the goal. I got the guys, and we've been practicing, so we're getting close to show ready.
Cool.
And then we'll be scheduling that show, and it's almost definitely going to be in Manchester. I can't say where yet.
Yeah.
We'll know once we have those dates.
Yeah.
Great. But it's going to be cool. It's going to be a lot of fun when we release that. We're going to make a big show of it. Probably be giving out prizes and hugs or whatever, beer,
Cool.
whatever you guys like, whatever will get you to my show.
And of course, when the full release is out too, we'll have you back, and whoever else you want to bring. If you want to bring the other guys, you
Absolutely,
can too,
yeah.
We'll definitely do that. And in the meantime, so you're gonna play for us one more time here tonight live. What are you gonna
Yeah,
play?
so I'm gonna play a track off that EP that we're gonna release. This track is called "Burning Brighter."
Burning Brighter. Okay, so performing live for us, Matt Blanchett of Paper. I almost said did it again. Paper Monsters. Okay, before we wrap up, so last week I had on. Do you know a band called the Crunchy Western Boys?
I've heard of them, but I don't know them.
I kept saying Country Western Boys, and they kept having to correct me.
The Country Western Boys.
And then, they said apparently a lot of people do that, so it wasn't just me. But the other one people say is that instead of saying country instead of crunchy, they'll say Crunchy Mountain Boys, which isn't even a thing.
I didn't know how that's somehow worse. I don't get.
Yeah, and they have no idea. I mean, it sounds like a Ben and Jerry's flavor or something.
Yeah, it does.
But,
You mix it up, swirl up the fudge.
Yeah. Bye, Melissa. Melissa is leaving us.
Nice to meet you.
All right, so I'm going to get it right this time, and I'm not editing any of this because you got to keep it authentic.
Yeah, it's true.
So this is Matt Blanchett performing live for us. The project is Paper Monsters, and what was the name of the song again?
What's this? Burning Brighter. Smile, and you should know right now a light of fire, 'cause we're burning brighter. I think I just make you. Oh shit. Can I start that over?
Yeah.
Cool.
Course, yeah.
Not live? Great. Mess up all the words. It's cool. Yeah. I love the way you smile, and you should know right now a light of fire, 'cause we're burning brighter. I think I may just take you away. Oh, I may. So my dreams continue and I wake up every day. Wonderful, that's what you are, the whole world knows it. Even my guitar, so light and free. It's so easy to see there ain't a soul on this earth that wants you just like me. We wait for the final hour. We turn to smoke, we're dust, but it doesn't matter, 'cause we're burning brighter. I think I may just take you away. Oh, I may. So my dreams continue and I wake up every day. Wonderful, that's what you are, the whole world knows it. Even my guitar, so light and free. It's so easy to see there ain't a soul on this earth that wants you just like me. Whoa, 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 whoa.
eyes made me want to sin. It all started with a drunken grin. I may just take you away. Oh, I may. So my dreams continue and I wake up every day. Oh, wonderful, that's what you are. The whole world knows it, even my drunken grin. Oh, those eyes made me want to sin. It all started with a drunken grin.
IPMNation.com